Sparkster is a game for the Super Nintendo released in 1994. It's part of the Rocket Knight franchise, which had two prior releases, both on the Sega Genesis. This one in particular is considered a spin-off since its story takes place in a different land altogether. The main hero, Sparkster the Rocket Knight, is tasked with saving Princess Flora and take down the Wolf Army, led by Generalissimo Lioness. It seems the knight's work is never done. I was really fumbling around when I first started this game, but it quickly became clear that it's not the controls' fault. They're smooth, intuitive, and responsive. You just need to get used to them. You have your standard jump and attack, however, you can hold down the attack button to charge a stronger rocket dash that can go in any of 8 directions. You can also use the L and R button to do a quick side attack that also aids in platforming. You can get through stages taking simple paths, however, there are a few secrets and treasure-heavy areas you can come across if you hunt around the stage a bit. This game also has a collect 100 for a 1-up system, with diamonds being the main currency. They feel properly distributed and get more sparse the further you go into the game, which matches progression difficulty after all. I gotta give a special shout out to level 3, which is an on-rails style level that speeds by at high speed, really lending to the intensity. It was very impressive for an early Super Nintendo era game, and I had many game overs here, which was well worth it. This game is really fun to control, and you need to keep your wits about you since the screen feels a bit tight and enemies sometimes just infinitely come at you. The chaos keeps the fun. Gameplay of Sparkster is a 9 out of 10. It's impressive that a 1994 Super Nintendo game can look this gorgeous. Every pixel is used to great effect and the environments feel almost like paintings. Level 1 feels lush and has great reflection effects on the water. Level 2 feels exactly like a flying factory and all the hazards that come with it. Level 3 takes advantage of Mode 7 multiplaning and parallax so well that it adds to the chaos that's going on. Level 4 has that fortress feel, and especially at a part where you're literally waking up the enemy combatants in their bed. Character design is so fun and out there. I was tempted many times to just pause the game and look at the enemies. The animation on Sparkster himself feels endless, but really it's just well-timed animation loops, and his simple design really helps with it too. The boss and big enemy animations can be nightmare fuel as they move in very awkward ways, but that's a good thing. It lends to the tension of battling these mechanical monstrosities. The graphics of Sparkster gets a 10 out of 10. It felt like the overall theme of the stage music was triumphant and a knight on his journey. Very appropriate and very much worth listening to over and over. I honestly don't have much else to say about it other than go take a listen yourself. The sound effects seemed a bit on the muted side. Not offensive, but certainly could have used some sharpening up. Also, I found it very fun that this game has the same Konami pause sound effect that I would hear in Turtles in Time. Now that's some branding. Music and sound of Sparkster is an 8 out of 10. Unlike any of my previous retro review games, I never actually played Sparkster until literally this year. Growing up, I always saw it featured in game review magazines and video game TV shows. For a game I never touched, I oddly had a lot of exposure to it. I felt like I just had to give this one a go. But unfortunately, the best I can give this for a nostalgia hit is a 3 out of 10. It's a real shame I never picked this game up as a kid. It's fast-paced, fun, charming as hell, and visually stunning for a game of that era. I only have like an hour and a half of actual playtime in this game overall, and I'm 100% going back to play this after I finish this review. I highly recommend you do the same too.